Haha! Yes! Score one for the team with glasses. I'm wearing glasses too, man. I should just stop playing invisible tennis. I am terrible at this game.
What is up, everybody? RandomRandomMan here, bringing you my review for Battle of the Sexes. By the way, at the end of this video, I will be detailing information regarding a giveaway contest I am holding, so you may skip to the indicated time frame to find out more. Now, the plot to Battle of the Sexes basically follows the title tennis match of the same name taking place in 1973 that pitted Billie Jean King, played by Emma Stone, and Bobby Riggs, played by Steve Carell, against each other in what was also a test of gender superiority. Behind the scenes, however, in the lead up to this match, both figures were having troubles with their marriages. What with King having an affair with her hairdresser, played by Andrea Riseborough, while being married to her husband, played by Austin Stowell, and Riggs having marital issues with his own wife, played by Elizabeth Shue. Going into this movie, I was very much excited for it, not only for its cast, which is led by Emma Stone and Steve Carell, but also because of the directors behind the camera. This film is directed by the husband and wife team of Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Faris. Their directorial debut, Little Miss Sunshine, I love, and their film after that, Ruby Sparks, I also really liked. And now they are tackling a real-life event with their third movie here, as I knew not that much about the Battle of the Sexes tennis match between King and Riggs, but that's what had me more intrigued. Starting out with the cast and their performances, Emma Stone is sensational as Billie Jean King here. Even though Bobby Riggs, played by Steve Carell, is the other major character we see in this film, Billie Jean King is really the focus of this film. What with Stone's performance being delivered with flying colors and a lot of layers, as she deals with how she is a woman living during this era of inequality with pay. Even though she is a skilled tennis player, she is not getting paid as much as her fellow male tennis players, which is something really bad to deal with, such a struggle. But King also has to deal with how she discovers that she enjoys the love and company of a woman, even though she is married with a husband. I do think this is one of the best performances of Emma Stone's career, and what a career she's had so far this decade. What with her winning an Oscar earlier this year for her amazing turn in La La Land. And if she hadn't won the Oscar for La La Land, I think she would have been a great candidate to win the Oscar next year for Battle of the Sexes. I usually don't talk about awards that much, but I really do think that is the case. Plus, after seeing Jackie, I think Natalie Portman should have won Best Actress this year. Don't kill me, Emma Stone. I love La La Land. Oh, I love this movie so much, but yeah. Anyway, Emma Stone, awesome in this movie. So awesome. So is Steve Carell as Bobby Riggs. You couldn't have pictured a more perfect actor to portray Bobby Riggs other than Steve Carell, because he is such a slimy, grimy hustler who is also a struggling gambler at his core, and his marriage is crumbling at stake because of that. Also, like, he doesn't think women are superior than men because they deserve to stay in the kitchen and in the bedroom, and making all of these bets everywhere. And then finally, when Billie Jean King agrees to play against him in tennis, that's when it all comes to a head, and Steve Carell really does exude charisma like that, even if it's not for the best of reasons. Other than our two leads, there are a number of other notable performances in this film within this ensemble cast. One of my favorite casts of the year so far. Andrea Riseborough once again plays the hairdresser and lover to Billie Jean King. She is superb in this film. Coincidentally, both her and Emma Stone previously showed up together in Birdman, except Naomi Watts was the one making out with Andrea Riseborough in this film. Best 3.2 seconds ever. Anyway, getting off topic here. Oh yeah, also Emma Stone and Steve Carell were previously in Crazy Stupid Love together, but that's another unrelated topic. We also have Alan Cumming as Billie Jean King's fashion designer and close friend. He is a delight to see on screen. So is Sarah Silverman as Billie Jean King's agent of sorts. She is really funny in this movie. Austin Stowell as Billie Jean King's husband. We also have Elizabeth Shue as Bobby Riggs' wife. It's been a while since I've seen her in anything notable like this, but she is great here. So is Bill Pullman as a former tennis player who gives Billie Jean King a hard time. Everyone in this movie does fantastic jobs in their roles. The writing in this movie is what got me suckered in for how witty it is. Simon Beaufoy wrote this screenplay, and he also previously wrote the screenplay for Slumdog Millionaire, for which he won an Oscar for. And with Battle of the Sexes, what he created from the get-go was something that is bitingly relevant to today in what Billie Jean King was fighting for back in the 70s. And I really was captivated by the dialogue and the quips that characters had back and forth between each other, but also how we segue into getting to the title battle of the sexist tennis match. The writing also does a splendid job of fleshing out the characters development-wise with King and Riggs. We are rooting for King throughout this movie without a doubt, and despite how Riggs is an unlikable character, we do see the motivations of why he is trying to play tennis against all of these women to prove his superiority because of the problems that he does have inside. Same thing with King not being a perfect person either, as she is once again having an affair with another woman, and she is trying to fight for equality with men and women. So there's a lot. This is all not 100% accurate, of course. This is a film dramatizing all of these events, but the direction of this movie too, and how it bobs and weaves in between scenes, left me really grippingly engaged throughout the film. This is such an entertaining movie in my opinion, even though the actual tennis match doesn't happen until the end when Riggs and King do clash. I think it happens in the last 20 minutes, I think. But before all of that, I was so gripped for how dramatic this movie was effectively in certain moments, but also how funny it was too. This is definitely a dramedy that brings out the laughs and dramatic tension when it needs to, and that's what the direction also brought out. Being how this movie takes place in the 1970s, also, the production design of this movie is immaculately in how well put together it is. Even from the opening credits, we see an old retro style Fox Searchlight logo show up, which is a nice touch, and everything looking like it was taking place during this era, right down to some popular music being used, the looks of the characters and their clothing. Once we get to the actual match between King and Riggs, it is thrilling, but I also like the nice touches that were used in how archive footage was interlaced with footage with the actors portraying these characters, just like what Jackie also did recently with old archive footage being used with the actors in that film too. And with movies based on history, just like Jackie and Battle of the Sexes, it really gets me feeling like it's more authentic of a viewing experience to see all of this play out. The way the movie is shot, it is nicely filmed. The editing and how it goes together, once again, transitioning from scene to scene, was very brisk, very nicely done. And the pacing and how it goes overall was also pretty good in my opinion too. This movie runs at about 2 hours, yet I did not feel the running time at all. The only minor issue I would say I have with this film is that at times it does feel like it is dramatized for the sake of being dramatized in the confines of a movie. And yeah, again, not everything in this film is 100% accurate to real life. In fact, some things are left out by the end completely, yet I still felt like I was watching a movie that was based on something that happened in real life that still applies to today. I know some people are going to have issues with how misogynistic the male characters are in this movie, including Bobby Riggs most notably. Yet that is how some people felt during this time period, and that some of the characters do come off as caricatures in the end. But what really made me feel full circle with this movie as a whole is how inspiring it is. Again, and I cannot stress this enough, what is being shown here is relevant feminist issues, female empowerment still trying to break through, and a lot of people are embracing it too. I actually love that all of this is happening when it is done positively, which is another good thing about this film too. It doesn't try to yammer you on the head with feminist agendas at all, because it is telling a story. Couple that with the excellent performances, the writing, the direction, everything else that goes into this movie to making it feel so right to me, and you get a film that is an utter crowd pleaser. I feel like anyone who sees this movie, whether they know about this event or not, will walk out of this film feeling good inside. I know I did. And they'll also get a sense of inspiration for seeing all of what Billie Jean King stood for back then, and even today, as she is still with us, thankfully. This is one of my favorite movies of 2017 thus far. I love Battle of the Sexes. I highly recommend it. My final verdict for Battle of the Sexes is 4.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, so you either watched the entirety of this review or you skipped to the end because you like free stuff. And who doesn't? As recently I did another giveaway contest about a few weeks ago. I had a ton of fun doing that for you all, and I am doing it yet again as I am giving away another digital HD copy code for a movie, and the movie this time is Wonder Woman. Yes, the blockbuster and critical hit of this past summer. I really enjoyed this film, and as you can see, I got the Target exclusive digibook with lenticular packaging. Ooh, that's so cool. The inside of this digibook is so colorful, filled with pages that are from an excerpt of a book on the making of Wonder Woman. It looks so cool. Once again, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm giving those of you out there who haven't had a chance to see this wonderful film yet a chance to do so with this giveaway contest. Plus, I am also coincidentally keeping up a feminist female empowerment theme here, as I have just reviewed Battle of the Sexes, and I'm giving away the digital copy code for Wonder Woman. So, the rules for this contest are as follows. I'm switching them up here in different order to make them more clear. Rule number 1, you must be subscribed to this channel prior to October 7th. Yes, this contest is for subscribers only. I want to make that really explicit. You must be subscribed to this channel to enter this contest. Rule number 2, comment that you want to be entered into this contest, and in that same comment how you would like me to send you the code. My social media links are in the description, but I could also email you the code, send it to you through YouTube message, but my social media links are in the description as examples of my available modes of communication. And rule number 3, like this video. Pretty simple there. So yeah, there you go. Those are the rules for this giveaway contest. I look forward to seeing all of the entries here, and good luck to those of you that enter. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Battle of the Sexes. Social media links in the description. Subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.